Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, you're listening to World Combat Sports. What's good? I know it's been a minute. Had to take care of some business. You know what it is. It is boxing night of action. Charles Conwell going up against Wendy Toussaint in a light middleweight fight, or showcase, should I say. But first, man, shout out to everyone who's tuned in. Shout out to the supporters that drop through each and every time and support World Combat Sports. Appreciate, combat sports in general, boxing, mixed martial arts, grappling, Muay Thai, kickboxing, whatever the case may be. But you know what it is, man. It's time to get down to it. The undercard is about to kick off at 9, which is about, a little under 5 minutes. So I want to talk about some things that's been popping off in the media. Unfortunately, kind of local sports, man. What's good? Salute to the OG in the building, man. Y'all be sure to check him out. Subscribe to his channel. Support each and every time you see him out there doing what he do. Hopefully everything. Congrats to your your daughter getting married. It's a special occasion for sure. So salute. And, wish them nothing but the best in life. You know what I'm saying? So, if you don't remember, people, you remember Jarrell Miller on how he was supposed to face, Anthony Joshua, and then he ended up being removed. Andy Ruiz came in there. Because Jarrell Miller popped positive, right? And then, you had Jared Forrest, who I interviewed. He was set to face Jarrell Miller, and then Jarrell Miller popped positive, and he ended up facing Carlos Takam. Well, wouldn't you know it, Jared Forrest just received his suspension for testing positive for a banned substance, cannabidiol, I think that's what it's called. Yeah, he just received his suspension for testing positive for a banned substance, man. When he himself, was getting all the praise and glory for being a good guy. I still consider him a good guy, I mean, from my understanding, he hasn't been a repeat offender, but, I have to stick to the script on just like I do Tyson Fury, Alexander Povetkin, and all those other people all these other fighters who tested positive for banned substance, man. I got to keep it 100 down the middle. What are you thinking? People co-signing you as the good guy, man. You come up here and test positive? I'm like, what the fuck? And then, he was fined. He has to pay a fine of like $9,900, and also he has to pay the attorney fees. So they have it out there. The results stem from a sample collected on July 3rd. Though not detected until after the fight, Forrest suspension will be served retroactive, dating back to the time of infraction, and will run through November 23rd, which is a little over a month from now. The 32-year-old heavyweight from Newport News, Virginia, will also hit with a $9,900 fine, along with $208 in attorney's fees, I guess, which is very small for that, but both of which be paid in full, along with Forrest submitting to a mandatory random drug testing prior to eligibility for relicensing. So, what we do know about Jared Forrest is he isn't the first one, and he won't be the last one to pop positive. He actually went in there and fought Carlos Takam, who is a tough freaking heavyweight, who's been in there with some big names, Anthony Joshua, freaking Alexander Povetkin, just to name a few. But this is about Jerry Forrest, he came in there and he went the distance, and he proved that he had a damn good chin too. You know what I'm saying? So Jarrell Miller was removed from his card after testing positive for substance GW 501516, also known as Cardarine and Endurable. So I want to get to what Jerry Forrest tested positive for. I know I just seen it down here. Well, I'm actually in an article of two fighters that tested positive, but Jerry Forrest was one of them. So let me go back. Cannabidiol. Cannabidiol. Doing random drug tests for his July 9th decision defeat to Carlos Takam. Cannabidiol, or whatever it's called. Cannabidiol. It's still a banned substance, whatever it is. It wasn't like he was taking it for freaking the weight cut or whatever the case, but it's the fact that he freaking tested positive after myself and plenty of other people was bigging him up for being a good guy. And I'm not sure if he willingly knew he was taking it, but he is now considered one of the suspended, just like the rest who have been on the list, you know what I'm saying, for banned substance. So, man, that's unfortunate though. But, he'll be back just like the rest of them. And we'll see him step in the ring whenever that time comes. Let me touch bases with the live chat right quick. So, if you weren't able to tune in to what was going on with the Zoom meeting, Bob Arum made a good point, which I like what he said, but also, it has its ups and downs. But Bob Arum said he doesn't like rematches. You know what I'm saying? He said Eddie Hearn loves to put a rematch in everything because he's not sure of his fighters. I don't think that's the case. But, Bob Arum, came on here and said he doesn't put rematch clauses in there. And that can be good and bad, depending on if the fight end up being a damn good fight. Then both fighters in both camps has to agree on it, their teams, to come back. You know what I'm saying? I think with a no rematch clause, it kind of provides both fighters with the open end to give max effort to go in there and really showcase and leave it all in the ring. I'm not saying it doesn't happen without a rematch, but I'm just saying when some fighters have a guaranteed rematch, training camp may not have went the way it's supposed to, then they turn back. They may not put out that max effort in some cases. I'm not saying it's across the board. I'm just assuming, of course. You know what I'm saying? But it was funny to hear him say that. I'm going to lead the Lomachenko and the Teofimo Lopez input for another live. But it was good to see Teofimo Lopez, confident. He looks in great shape, and he's ready for the fight. What I do know is that it feels good listening to him in a way of knowing that he's confident about this fight. Like his sense of certainty that he's did everything he's supposed to do on his end. You know what I'm saying? You can hear it in the way he's basically verbalizing, leading up to the fight. Him and his dad pull energy. They caveat, they build off one another. And right now, it's only up to him to split the ropes and go in there. And I wouldn't say shock the world. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say this was shock the world type of deal. Only if he knocks him out in under I would say 3 or 4 rounds. That would be a shocker. Will it be a shock the world type of deal if he gets the knockout? Yes, kind of, but I don't think it'll be the impact that a lot of people think they would get in shocking the world, in the sport of boxing. Lomachenko has a defeat already from Salido. He's been dropped, but he is in the top pound for pound rankings. It's pluses and minuses for both fighters. More so Teofimo Lopez, because if he goes in here and unifies the division, of course the ball in his court, the gavel in his court, really. He get to make the decisions and talk to the people about what his next avenue of approach is. Is he going to homestay at 135, or else he's going to step up to 140? Really, it's all up to him if he's able to bring those belts home. Of course, the 135 pound lightweight division is so much entertainment when it comes to fighters in that division. So the only thing we have to worry about now is some of these names are going to fight each other in the near future in 2021. It's not, the depth of it is okay. It's not tremendous, but the ones is at the top that's floating around for a big fight, there's enough big names up there to satisfy the boxing community, in my opinion, for 2021. I mean, let's see it. Let's see it. If Teofimo, goes in there and wins, he does have several names to choose from. One being Devin Haney, of course. And then you have some other names that's in the lightweight division. Gervonta Davis. I'm not sure if he want to take that fight with T.O. I seriously doubt it. Ryan Garcia. It'll be shocking if he give his boy Rolly a shot. I seriously think Teofimo will dominate Rolly and make it look too easy. You know what I'm saying? But that would be a paycheck for Rolly. But I seriously doubt it would happen. I wouldn't want to see it either. And then you have the 140 division. We already know what's going on up there. We're eager to see if they're going to unify that division as a whole. We just seen Josh Taylor go in there and finish the guy who had an undefeated record as he, but obviously wasn't qualified. He looked good on paper, but yet when it was time for him to perform, it was subpar, and he wasn't even fit for the goddamn job. Stopped him in the first round. So now we just wait for Jose Ramirez, and then we'll see if Taylor Ramirez, lock up to have an undisputed 140. So right now we have Jimmy Williams walking down. The fights have started. Jimmy Williams is on deck. As you already know, Isaiah Steen was supposed to fight on this card also in ShoBox, but his opponent, he's no longer on the card. So we got the one and only, Charles Conwell, 12-0, 9 knockouts. He's going to be in there against Wendy Toussaint. Both of these fighters are pretty equal across the board with their boxing ledgers. Just a little bit of difference between their knockout ratio. But we'll see how that works out, people. Alexander, what's good with you? Salute to you. Salute to everybody in the live chat, man. This is fight night. You know what it is, man. Of course we're waiting on. I'm looking forward to all the fights, to be honest. But we have fights tonight, and also we have fights that's going down with my boy Emmanuel Navarrete. He's going down this weekend, man, for the WBO featherweight title, man. That's one of my favorite fighters in boxing, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, Navarrete. not just because he beat Dog Bay twice. Look, I lost. Look, I lost the interview because of what I said about Dog Bay. Sometimes you just got to keep it. That's what people don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just told it the way it was, and I guess the breeze blew back, and I lost that interview, whatever. But anyway, it happened just the way I thought. You know, he ended up going in there and stopping Isaac Dog Bay, but hey, that's boxing, man. I just felt that Navarrete was too long for Dog Bay, too slick. He had very good range accountability. He was able to land at will on Dog Bay, who was a shorter fighter. And it's not for the lack of heart, Isaac Dog Bay. He just couldn't close distance without taking punishment. Sometimes he stayed on the outside and he was game. He basically he was trying to let his combinations get him off at the right time. But Navarrete was just too slick of a fighter, too skilled. His movement was perfect that night in both fights. Actually, he stopped him in both fights. I mean, it was just range detail. You know what I'm saying? Navarrete had very solid range detail with the way he was popping his jab and landing his power shots at will, and he really made Isaac Dog Bay pay. But hey, you know what it is, man. That's boxing. Now that he's moved away from the division, I'm pretty sure Isaac Dog Bay will once again be champion. And we look to see what happens in his future when it comes to his future fights. That's all we can. That's the only thing we can ask for. Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte, as you all know it, his last outing, he lost to Alexander Povetkin. All right. He was able to achieve, 2 legitimate knockdowns of Alexander Povetkin, but then he himself was caught with a left uppercut, and it was a brutal one that knocked him out cold. He landed at the bottom scale of the ropes next to the ring apron, and it was bad. It was obviously a fight that Dillian Whyte could have won if he just played it smart and didn't have the big head to just rush in there reckless against a fighter like Alexander Povetkin, who has lost. His only losses have came against solid opponents, Klitschko and freaking Anthony Joshua. So he should have not just looked at the age, but understood that Alexander Povetkin is a tough fighter still. He still has enough to match up pretty decent with Dillian Whyte. But Dillian Whyte comes back and says that he beats Alexander Povetkin 9 out of 10 times. He beats him 9 out of 10 times. He beats him 9 out of 10 times. I don't know exactly what's basically malfunctioning when it comes to his his thought process when he's been stopped twice in his losses. So I really don't know, is he in the right frame of mind when he comes out and recklessly talk about certain points of boxing, especially when he want to highlight or excoriate other fighters. I really don't know where he's going with that, because he needs to prove a little bit to us that he can remain conscious during the big fights. This was a big fight for him. Alexander Povetkin was a big fight for you, big dog. Anthony Joshua was a big fight for you. So now, you get up here and say you beat him 9 out of 10 times. And then, right after you got knocked down, you came to, you wanna bark for a rematch. You want to bark for a rematch, Dillian Whyte. You had the opportunity right there. Why does a fighter want to come back immediately after they lose badly and say, I want a freaking rematch, as if you couldn't seize the moment right then? You went to training camp and it was your time to shine. So that's what's puzzling to me. I'm not puzzled in a way that it involves confusion or anything, or I'm just not understanding at this point in Dillian Whyte's career that in training camp and having been knocked out before, you would approach this fight at this point in your career a lot smarter and intelligently. You know what I'm saying? This is a big deal. You're trying to get the big fight. You want to be the mandatory and get the big fight. That's your whole deal. Man, they are throwing down. Oh, he stopped. He dropped William. Dang. Lee drops William in the first round of an 8-round fight. This is a damn good fight, man. Lee is showing out. Williams on unsteady legs already, man. Both fighters are orthodox. Oh, man, he steps in with the lead left hook and drops him again. He is in trouble. William is in trouble. Remind me of one, my favorite ref. It ain't no one. He's my favorite ref, Mills Lane. The late Mills Lane. Rest in peace, man. Oh, my God. He knocked him out cold, y'all. He's on the bottom rope. This man is damn near outside the ring. And that was from a right. He hit his head hard, man. I hope this cat is okay. Lee went in here and destroyed this guy. He destroyed this guy. This fighter, Williams, he wasn't ready for, fuck the lights. He wasn't ready for the opposition. He's still on the canvas, y'all. This dude was getting hit with some punches that, damn, that's a brutal knockout, man. Seriously, that's just as brutal as a Strada knockout of her opponent that was 5-0. Where she got those freaking victories from, I don't know. But this was more brutal than that, because the dude was knocked down 3 consecutive times, y'all, and each knockout was more severe than the last. Damn. And Lee, he isn't celebrating. He's just up there chilling, whatever. Okay, you get some movement out of Williams. He's being checked by the doctors. He's making it back to his stool. Dude, help the man up. Y'all just checked him out. Then the doctor get out the ring, and he's still sitting up. I guess the one doctor's helping him up. Damn. It's good he's okay, man. Salute to him being okay. That was a brutal knockout. I'm not going to lie, but Lee did what he needed to do. It was a pretty closer. The first, he hurt him. William took a knee. And the second one, he stepped in, dropped him again. William got up, made the count. Referee took a close look. And then when he stepped in with that right, Jesus. His head bounced off the ring apron, off the top rope, almost similar to who I was speaking about, Dillian Whyte. Almost similar, bro. Allende in the building, man. Salute to you. Salute to you, my brother. Appreciate you stopping through. I don't know if y'all saw that knockout, man, but old boy got knocked out. I'm not even going to play around to it. He came over. This is the second knockout. He caught him. They was going at it at first. Okay, they're showing it when they was going at it initially. He caught him on the chin. Williams was hurt from the combination, the flurry of punches. And he dropped Williams. And this is step in left hook. They keep showing the same flurry from the beginning, though, man. Come on. Oh, I guess they trying to be nice. I don't know. But come on, Showtime. You just finished showing us the same clip from the first knockdown. Step in left hook. Same damn replay. Come on. Okay, that's the last one. That's the last one. No, that's the second one. The second one. Because the last one, he fell out the ring. He caught him with the right. Williams called his equilibrium. He was conscious enough to maintain his equilibrium just a little bit to get back up. Boom! He cracked him with the right. Damn. Dude is stiff as he laid on the front rope. Damn. When fighters stiffen up like that, dude, Jesus, this dude should be suspended for like 6 months. We shouldn't see Williams back in there. The way he was hit with those type of punches, he don't need to be back in the ring until 6 months. I ain't a doctor, but goddamn it, this dude, he took me back to the freaking James Kirkland when Canelo Alvarez knocked him out. Shit. Mir Khan. God damn. Bernard Hopkins. Well, he knocked out of the ring. But the Kodrigan fight, that was bad. He was unconscious. It's a tough sport, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. It's a tough sport. But salute to everybody in the live chat, man. Like I was saying, it's always good to see boxing back in full effect. We have some heavy fights going on this month. And, next month we're supposed to have Dillian Whyte in his rematch against Alexander Povetkin, which I truly don't think Dillian Whyte is ready to return after that brutal knockout. I'm not going to wish bad on Dillian. Although I've been critical of Dillian Whyte, my interaction with him, sometimes you can see people and hear people talk. I know he's very critical of Deontay Wilder all the time. He has the right to do so or whatever. But I'm critical of him because of how he's been moving in boxing and how his approach is to big fights. When I had the opportunity to, when I was fishing at the MGM Grand for media, I just happened to see a table full of people, and I've said this on live before. I saw a table full of people eating at this restaurant that had shades, and really it wasn't nobody out there right, at that time. It was a little bit late. The next day is when everything was really going to start cooking with the media. So I recognized Dillian Whyte through the window. He didn't have the mohawk no more. He had his head. I said, that's Dillian Whyte. So when I went in there, I went in the restaurant. You only supposed to have reservations. I walked up to the table, and there was some heavy hitters at the table. Seriously. Espinoza was there, Dillian Whyte, and some other people I totally forgot. But I walked up in there, man. The heads started popping up. Like, man, I know this motherfucker ain't walking up to this table while we are there. And if they would have been eating, just started their meal, then I would have been like, okay. But they was just sitting there. They already ate. So I said, okay, it's open floor. You know what I'm saying? I said, hey, how you doing, Dillian? I introduced myself. I said, Scotty from World Combat Sports. I said, do you mind if I chat with you for a brief second? No problem. Dillian Whyte stood up, much bigger guy than I expected. I'm like 6'3". Dillian Whyte has to be about, I would say 6'5" or whatever. Big dude. Very, very big guy in the heavyweight division. He ain't a small guy. So, I was talking to him. He was like, he only got a certain amount of time, so I just took a picture with him, and then I bounced. But I appreciate him, providing me the opportunity, because I was very critical of Dylan. He didn't know who I was. I still am, but, he actually gave me a picture when he was at the table with some heavy hitters. I just can't remember their name right now. I started to take a picture of the table if it wouldn't have been so many people looking at me right there. And being that there are some people there that deals with the media credentials, I didn't want to seize and seal my fate at the same time. I didn't want to seize the moment and seal my fate to ever freaking go back in there and cover a fight. But dude, if I would have took a picture of who was at that table, that shit would have been a motherfucking classic. I would have watermarked the shit out that picture, because it was some big names at that damn table too. So anyway, moving on. On what network? It's on Showtime, man. It's on Showtime. There go Joe Guzin. They're showing the Sergey Lipinets. I like Sergey Lipinets, man. Even when he lost to Mikey Garcia, man, Lipinets a dog. He's a motherfucking he's a hunter, man. I like Lipinets. He come to fight. He don't give a fuck who it is. Lipinets come to fight. I like that guy. But we have some fights that's going down on the 9th. You know, like I said, Emmanuel Neferete. You know, he's stepping in there for the WBO featherweight title. Previously held by Shakur Stevenson. And, you know, Navarrete is, you know, like I tell people all the time, boxing doesn't have a template. And he's one of those guys. You won't find him with his hands up all the time. He has some habits that some coaches will say, oh, that's a bad habit. But Navarrete is a motherfucking smooth operator. Emmanuel Navarrete is a smooth operator. Check this cat out, man, when he fights. Navarrete is a smooth operator when it comes to applying his groove in the fight. I mean, I'm talking about he kind of reminds me of the Nassim Hamed without the freaking bouncing, but the way he's able to move and cut angles the way he does. I wouldn't say Emmanuel Augusta, because he really was hopping all around every single time. He was doing some unbelievable stuff. And one thing about Augusta, he didn't start off boxing like that. It's just amazing for him to somehow start to perform in that manner and be able to land punches the way he did. See, Hamed, it's almost like, you know, his legs and everything was built for him to generate power the way he fought out of crazy odd angles the way he did and knock motherfuckers out. You know what I'm saying? But that's crazy, bro. But yeah, it's on Showtime, man. For those of you that's tuned in, that fight is definitely on Showtime. But so it's been a lot of talk, of course, about Deontay Wilder and Mayweather or whatever. And, you know, I've been going back and forth with some people on IG, which, you know, when they start talking about shit that's not relevant or diminutive to the talking point, I kind of digress with really responding with any solid, productive, you know, talking points, you know, as if we having a boxing dialogue, because it's pointless. If you're going to talk about everything wrong with Deontay, but yet you praising Tyson Fury, obviously you're a UK fan and you're just here to you know, denigrate Deontay Wilder's every freaking, you know, every word out your mouth, every character. You want to put together a negative sentence. You know what I'm saying? You want to be so abrasive. But anyway, my take on Deontay Wilder, as I said before, when it comes to Mayweather, is just, there's no way, no how that I would say that it would be a good choice for Deontay Wilder to hire the services of Mayweather. The reason why I say that is because I can understand if Mayweather, outside of his activity or his active tenure as a fighter, that he's produced some champions consistently, like Gervonta Davis. You know, some of his heaviest fighters. You know, you got the Badu Jacks, and take nothing away from Badu Jack, good guy, but you know, the inconsistencies starting late in fights, and then you have to take into a consideration also when Tabiti was knocked out. Nicholas Flash is on his way to the ring. He has a skull mask on. I guess he's kind of representing, you know, Halloween coming up or whatever, but he's walking the steps up to the ring apron to split the ropes. But anyway, I just don't think Deontay Wilder would benefit at all, except, you know, Floyd Mayweather providing him with a gym that's gonna have certain individuals there. It's gonna be one of those hot spots. It's gonna bring a lot of freaking attention. And really, if Deontay Wilder wanted attention, in my opinion, he would have came out and spoke the way he has. He would have been in front of the mic easy. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. I think Mayweather's doing it more so for himself than anything, because I never really heard him send out that SOS when Deontay Wilder was winning. It would have been good when Deontay was, still knocking people out, still has an O on his record and everything, and Floyd Mayweather offered to help him out. But every time Mayweather's name come up, in my opinion, I see dollar signs just falling by the wayside. Like you see dollar signs going to a piggy bank. That's what I see. I don't see him actually doing it for the sport, doing it to help Deontay Wilder out, having enough motivation and integrity for him to go back in there and really be a different fighter when he faces Tyson Fury at the end of this year. I just don't see the shit. I just think, a lot of me believes he's a kind of selfish dude, when it comes to, the way he want to help certain fighters. I know Deontay don't have anything to do with Gervonta, but, he the one gave Gervonta a house and a Jeep and took the shit back. You know what I'm saying? The one thing I usually don't talk about is motherfucking personal shit. But come on, let's be real. What is he going to benefit from? I don't think he's going to benefit from anything. I truly don't. And for people that's, crying about him firing Mark Breland, I totally get that. If you appreciated Mark Breland the way you did, cool. You appreciate him. You have every right to appreciate Mark Breland, what he's did for the sport of boxing. But understand this. Some of the same people who's criticizing Deontay Wilder for just basically being a fighter with embryonic skill set, you don't think it's with him to make a change if he was receiving so much criticism? I mean, I'm talking about criticism reigning for over 5 years, but yet you're not sitting up here saying, okay, it was good he switched up a trainer, and with some refreshing freaking thoughts, eyes, voices, people that's going to give him a renewed resurgence to go back in there. You know what I'm saying? Give him a different level of motivation. Where's all that at? I'm not going to talk too much on it, but I'm saying, like, y'all up here advocating for Mark Breland as if the fighter, Deontay Wilder specifically, doesn't have the right to fire him at this point in time, when all he's received is basically strict criticism over and over again. Everybody want to scrutinize his skill set each and every time, and then come up here and vilify him after every performance. He'll knock a motherfucker out, and then you say, oh, he got a right hand. So therefore, he fires him, but no one's talking about Tyson Fury getting rid of Ben Davison and hiring on Sugar Hill. Are you all concerned about that too? Were you criticizing Tyson Fury for firing his trainer? Because he was met with the draw. And then he got his face split open by Otto Wallin. People weren't saying, "Oh, why did Tyson Fury fire his trainer Ben Davison? He's a good guy." It has nothing to do with being good, y'all. It has something to do with what's meshing together as a team and as a unit. That's what the fuck that shit mean. That's what the fuck that means. These fighters have to do what's best for their career and them moving forward. If people was sitting up here, just say they were standing out there with every time he finished, they want to sit up there with a carton of eggs, and the man walking out the ring, they want to throw eggs on his face like, yeah, you did good, but you still don't have no skills, you don't have no balance, and all you guys are right hand. So why wouldn't it benefit him just to let go of Mark Breland and hire somebody, a fresh face, even if it is, promoting Malik Scott. Malik Scott is damn near He's bigger than Deontay Wilder, but height-wise, they pretty much level out. So Malik Scott has been a competitor in professional boxing, and also he's been around Deontay Wilder for quite some time. But he did not have the credentials that Mark Breland had. So here we go again. You have people saying, why would you get rid of that knowledge? Well, that's the same knowledge he had when y'all motherfuckers was criticizing him, though. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's the same motherfucking trainer that was in the corner when he was winning, and they were still criticizing him for not having the skill set. So why are you up here crying and talking about, oh, it was fucked up, he fired Mark Breland? That's the worst thing he could have did. Now, the worst thing is you all not even supporting him still. Y'all still don't want to support them up. Y'all don't want to support him, period, man. Those of you that keep on saying, you know, he doesn't have skills and then he was wrong for firing Mark Breland. That's the worst thing he could have did. Damn, it's another freaking knockdown. Jeez. Flash is down already in the first round. This is not a good look, ShoBox. That's the first knockdown in his career. What is going on with these fighters? Let me see if Flash recover. You know, he has the mohawk going, the blonde mohawk. I can tell you right now with Flash, man, he ain't moving his head off center at all. At all, people. Fighters, you got to understand what's important. Defense. He's coming back with some nice combinations. Somebody's getting knocked out. These guys are throwing caution, and they're basically unleashing the bombs early. And this is only the first round. No defense. You throw, I throw. It's a good fight, though. It's a good fight. I think Flash is about to get knocked down again. He just was the recipient of two hard right hands over the top. You know, slowed him up a bit. Seemed like he was about to go into the ropes, but the referee broke him up. Figueroa is more accurate. He just caught him with a left hand. Oh, he goes down again. Flash is down again. This one's a little bit worse. He's a little bit wobbly. I don't know if the ref is going to continue. He's a little bit wobbly, walking towards the ref, bouncing around. I don't know, ref. I don't know, ref. I don't know, ref. Okay, he's going to let the fight. That's the second knockdown of the first round. 30 seconds remaining. Figueroa is very accurate. Man, Flash is about to go. 22 seconds remaining. Figueroa, the referee stops the fight. Good call. He was in trouble. That was the first time Flash was knocked down in his career and stopped. Figueroa was much more the visual fighter in there. He was seeing everything that Flash was throwing. And also his return, his counter shots was on target. He was very accurate in this fight. Even though it lasted one round, it was a very solid showing by Figueroa. I like his fighting style, man. Even though they both could use more defense, Figueroa was the more tighter, compact fighter when he was throwing his punches. Look how he went off center to the left and landed the right. I mean, it was accurate, man. Boom, caught him with the right, came back with the left on the chin. It was a wrap. Good night. Good night. Close the blinds. It's over. It's a wrap. I like that. Slipped off line, landed the right, then came back with the left hook. Uh, his eyes was in the rafters. He was looking for God. He was praying. I mean, come on, bruh. You didn't even land. Like, you didn't even move your head at all. You barely had your hands up. It's like you learned nothing in the gym, Flash. Jesus Christ, bruh. Damn, I hope Charles, man. I hope Charles is freaking warmed up already. Cause that was a quick fight. Both of these fights was freaking first round stoppages, bruh. Boca Chica, man, he came to throw down, man, and he did. Figueroa Boca Chica. They hyped up to my bring it, bring it. We knock out everybody. Aquí. Hey man, I ain't mad at him. Shit, get that goddamn glory, man. Well, only thing I can say, shoot, we're gonna get the fight quicker than what we thought. That was a good fight. That was a good two fights. It was just a little bit too quick, for my taste. And the fighters, the ones that was knocked out, they didn't learn anything from being knocked out. They go Coach Lee. No, is that Coach Levi? That gotta be Coach Levi. Hell yeah! Shout out Coach. Yeah, cut man. All right, cool. I see you. Man, what y'all think of that fight, man? David Navarro, this dude looked like he's a cool 13 years old, man. He went in there against Nathan um, Benchu. Navarro is solid. This dude is solid. Navarro, he's solid with his skills now. He might come off as looking like a geek, but he's pretty solid with his hands. Real talk. Wendy Toussaint, Charles Conwell, man, it's gonna be a good fight. Looking forward to seeing Conwell fight again. You know what I'm saying? Both of these fighters have O's on their record, and we're definitely gonna see how this goes, man. Salute to everybody in the live chat, man. Tell me what you think about the fights. Tell me what you think about Gervonta Davis and Leo Santa Cruz, man. Um, I will have to admit that Gervonta Davis, he looks in shape already. Like, he looks like he's on weight. I know he's gonna dry up a little bit more. He's probably 1 or 2 pounds, if that. But you can tell in his face everything, man. So a lot of people, it's like, okay, credit Floyd. Floyd is like, nah, you ain't gonna mess up my fucking bag, dog. You need to come down here and we're gonna get this work in. You need to, you'll come home when you come home, but I need you down here. I need you focused. I need you paying attention to how big this fight is if you want to be the cash cow in boxing. Seriously, that's what I need for you to do. And also, you got Devin Haney. Devin Haney will be real soon stepping in there with Yorkis Gamboa. And I tell you, the priority in this particular fight for both is to be better than their last fight. Real talk. And what I mean by that, with Gamboa, of course, he was stopped in the 12th round. He's stepping up and facing a big name in Devin Haney, another big name. He's coming off that 12th round loss to Gervonta Davis. So he's looking to go in here and try to win this title from Devin Haney. Of course he wanna, he's trying to prove to the people that he's okay. I don't think his Achilles is 100%. It may be good enough for him to step back in the ring. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna be honest. From a track runner's perspective, I just don't see people healing from Achilles tears like that. It's just like it will heal. It will heal up enough for you to walk and to get. But as far as explosion in certain areas of your training, that you're doing explosive exercise or explosive movements. I'm not sure if it's 100% because that is the foot he used, to gather up that momentum. And for Devin Haney, of course, Devin Haney, his number one priority is to go in there and put on a damn good showing to keep his belt and to basically, since he's fighting a fighter that's been in there with Gervonta Davis, one up Gervonta. He needs to go in there and perform. No matter how you look at it, he needs to go in there and perform and defeat Gamboa better than what Gervonta Davis was able to do. Period. However, he needs to do it because we already know, Devin Haney can box. But since Gervonta last December stopped him in the 12th round, we already know he can be dropped. We already know he can be stopped. The end state for Devin Haney is to put on a solid performance, show that his shoulder is good. There's no problems with his previous shoulder injury, and also just outbox Gamboa. Make it seem like they're in a different class. Make Gamboa seem like he is, the elder of the two. Make him look old in there. Show him that, there's levels to boxing. He was once on that level. Now it's the new school, and this is where I'm at, Gamboa. And furthermore, he's basically gonna have to fight a smart fight to the point. Hopefully, he can seek that knockout. Because if he doesn't stop Gamboa, people are gonna criticize the shit out of Devin Haney. They just is. They're gonna say, "Well, you went in there, and you went 12, and you want to step in there with Gervonta, but you couldn't stop Gamboa, who was 37, 38 years old." That's what they're gonna say. That's just boxing fans. That's how critical they are. They're petty like that. Both fighters gonna have to fight smart. But really, the numero uno in this fight, all eyes will be on, to scrutinize his every move is gonna be Devin Haney. Period. Because it's a lot of, you know, it's a lot of big fights. It's a huge landscape that lies ahead for Devin Haney. It's a lot of divisions awaiting in his optics. Wendy Toussaint is walking to the ring right now. Wendy Toussaint ain't no bum now. This is gonna be a good fight. Toussaint is not a bum. Get that straight. Charles Conwell skipping down to the ring right now, member of the 2016 Olympics. Nice outfit though. Nice outfit. He looked ready. Shout out to Soul City Boxing in the building. In the building. Shout out, Coach. Charles Bad News Conwell. Let's get it. This should be a very, very good fight. 12 victories, 0 defeats, 9 by way of knockout. The fight is about to start. You know, Conwell just made it to the ring for those of you that's tuning in or not. You know, it's on ShoBox. Bad News is in the ring. Shout out to Soul City Boxing. Toledo, Ohio. You know what it is. Salute from World Combat Sports. It's Showtime, it's business, and this is what it's all about, people. This is a super welterweight affair. And, you know, it's a lot of hype. It's a lot of push. You know, it's a lot of expectation behind Charles Conwell. And I would preferably say, you know, the same for Wendy Toussaint. But for Charles Conwell right now, man, there's a lot. This dude can box. Split T. Shout out to Split T. They're introducing them fighters. The main event is on deck. You know what it is. Wendy Toussaint, Charles Conwell, both are undefeated fighters. This should be absolutely fireworks. Neither fighter are nothing like the first two fights that you've seen tonight. These are two legitimate boxers, and it should be a very solid affair. Wendy Toussaint, 12 victories, 0 defeats with 5 knockouts. Yeah, let's get it. One thing about these Soul City fighters, man, they have a lot of the damn, you know, lions on the hunt from that damn den over there. For real. They have a lot of fighters, you know. Isaiah Steen, OJ3, you know, the female O'Shea Jones. Fighters getting instruction from the referee. Slight height advantage to Toussaint. Fighters touch glove. Let's get it. Let's see what's popping. When Toussaint, 28 years old, and of course Conwell, 22. The reach is only 71 inches for Wendy. You know, vice 70 for Charles. You know what I'm saying? So it's not that much of a disparity at all. And plus, like I tell you before, it's according to how you fight. It really don't matter. First round underway. First jab by Toussaint. Feints from Charles right now. Conwell just fainting right now. Just trying to gauge the distance, get a reaction from Toussaint. I like the defense from both fighters. Hands up, earmuffs, just a little bit. Both with tight guards early. Okay. Conwell gets off with a double left jab. Both fighters are orthodox fighters. Nice uppercut by Conwell. Sneaky. Popped the head back of Toussaint. Toussaint's fighting off the back foot already. Man, Conwell steps in with and digs that right hook to the body. Solid. That left uppercut paying dividends early for Conwell. I'm not saying it landed flush twice, but at least he's finding the openings with it. I like that movement by Conwell, the way he's stepping in with that lead foot, man, closing distance, making sure he's staying accountable with his space before he let his hands out. He's always close. Another jab by Conwell. Left hand up top. Nice defense. Right uppercut barely missed by Conwell. Toussaint is waiting. He waiting. It's the first round. 55 seconds remaining. Nice 1-2 by Toussaint. Conwell responds with a 3-punch combination. Oh, solid uppercut up the middle by Conwell. Conwell opening up just a bit in the first round. Solid jab by Conwell, straight up the middle. Toussaint being patient. I like that jab and followed up with a left uppercut by Conwell. Nice. That jab is punctual. I ain't gonna lie. Conwell's jab is punctual right now. It's on time. Filling out round for both fighters. You know what I'm saying? Very decent activity. Wasn't too much over the top, but decent activity. I would give that round to Conwell though. Easy. Wendy said, I think Conwell gonna just throw a lot of body shots. You think? Second round on deck. Rounds of 3 minutes. Conwell out with a stiff jab to open up the second. Both fighters are much active on the opening up their strikes. Inside fighting by both fighters right now. Toussaint is active on the jab, and Conwell is kind of checking the box with his power shots this round. Shot to the body, lands for Conwell. Then up top with the jab. Toussaint respond, tripling up on his jab. Toussaint is not really putting emphasis on his jab. It's more so to just stay active. Just let Conwell know it's there. He's not really stinging it, just putting that mustard on it. Look how Conwell putting that jab out there. That shit has emphasis on it. That jab is out there making impressions and shit. Nice right hand land by Conwell. And I'm telling you, that left uppercut gonna end up dropping Toussaint. He ain't careful. You know, I know it's the second round, but you know the way he's stepping within range, getting in the pocket, in Toussaint's space, and then shooting that left uppercut, it's landing too easy. Ooh, right hook to the body. Had venom on it. Both fighters toe to toe. Neither giving too much room. A nice technical fight so far. I still like the hands up from both fighters. Right hand off the gloves of Toussaint. Still he turns the corner and come back with a two-punch combination. Good activity by Conwell. Keep him busy. Keep him busy. That's what I'm talking about. Keep him busy. Toussaint is still calm, reserved, composed. He landed 1-2, but it was followed up with a Conwell left that landed. Them left counters. That left jab and hook to the body. God damn. Looking sharp. Conwell looking sharp. He's fighting a smart fight. Very intelligent in there. Keeping his guard tight. He tried to shoot that right uppercut. Late punch, but it didn't land too much. But it's another, in my opinion, that was another Conwell round. You know. Nice, compact performance display going on by Conwell. You know. He keeping a high guard. His combination sets are very solid. He's really digging to the body with either hand, left or the right hook to the body. But what another thing I like that we saw in the Charlo fight against Rosario is that he has thrown that jab up top and then went to the body immediately after this. So it was, you know, he landed the one up top and then one to the body, whether it be a hook or to the midsection. But he is staying active with doubling up and making Toussaint think. You know what I'm saying? Making him think in there. Toussaint hasn't really thrown anything to make, you know, Conwell be optimistic about staying where he's at in the pocket. He really hasn't. I mean, it's not like he hasn't thrown any punches, but he only has 5 knockouts. Conwell looks like the stronger fighter in there right now. You know what I'm saying? Right hand off the gloves by Toussaint. We're in the third frame of the fight of a 10-round bout. Conwell stepped in with that right hand, barely missed off the gloves of Toussaint. A lot of pushing and shoving going on in this third round, getting physical. You know what I'm saying? This is the light middleweight division. These ain't no little fighters. You know what I'm saying? They trying to make an impression too. A minute 55 remaining in the third frame. Okay, right hand over the top by Toussaint. Nice feints. Nice quick feints. Slip under that left hand by freaking Conwell. Like he threw the feint, then hooked to the body, slipped up underneath the left hand of Toussaint. Very smooth. Doubling up on the jab. Oh, nice combination. You know, Conwell was letting his hands go just then. He doubled up on the hook to the body on both sides. And then he went up top to finish it up. Toussaint is going to the body too now. He's getting off his 1-2 combination, and then going to the body and zipping it up top too. I like how he's mixing it up a little bit now. It seems like he's probably trying to gauge what, probably how hard Conwell, punches, and seeing what his rhythm is going to be like. Now, in the third round with about 25 seconds, Toussaint is opening up just a little bit more, but Conwell looks sharp, man. He's basically landing anything he wants to land. Nice feints. That's one thing Toussaint is not doing, feinting. Conwell is feinting a lot. Toussaint tried to catch him with the counter right hand. Hard shots by both guys to end the third frame. Headed to the fourth. Pretty solid fight. That was a closer round right there. You know what I'm saying? That was a closer round. I'm telling you, Toussaint is not a bum. Shit, it's a good fight. Like it. You can see, why there's a lot of energy behind Charles Conwell. He can box, man. And he's showing his discipline tonight. I like the feints to get in close. He's just not doing it for, play. He's feinting and basically sealing it up. If he's feinting, he's throwing shots. Toussaint, starts the round with his jab, followed up by Conwell, who steps on the inside. Fighters are in close proximity. A little close quarters. It's been leading up to this fourth round. Doubling up on the jab is Conwell, countered by Toussaint. Conwell really opening up his flurry of necessary evils this round. Toussaint is letting his hands go. Nice 1-2 by Toussaint, countered by Conwell. Toussaint's corner told him to move his head a little bit more too. Like I said, one thing I see from Toussaint, he's standing straight up, and he's trying to counter Conwell, especially when Conwell sometimes have the high guard, and he will lower his stance to get in close. But Toussaint has absolutely no feints. He's just basically waiting on the counter. He's allowing Conwell to kind of take the lead a lot of times. He may feel that he's having success with this. Touch jab, Toussaint just throwing the touch jab out there. He's not really, tightening up until Conwell gets in his space just a little bit closer. Nice right hand by Toussaint. Conwell responds with a 2-punch combination, then lands a hard right hand, and Toussaint, points to the back of his head. I'm like, come on, he's standing right in front of you, bro. This is the fourth round. 25 seconds remaining. Nice right hand by Conwell. Pops the head back of Toussaint. Look at the feints. Look at the foot movement by Conwell. Changing spaces. You know what I'm saying? Giving different looks to Toussaint. That's gonna play a big role as the fight go along. I'm telling you. Toussaint is standing straight up and down, flat-footed, heavy on the ankles. And you know, they showing Charles Conwell trunks, Pat Day all day. Pat Day all day. Shout out to Pat Day, man. Patrick Day, who, you know, of course, you know, was the opposition that died from his fight with Charles Conwell. Salute. Rest in heaven. We're in the 5th round. We halfway there. In a 10-round fight. We're halfway there. In a light middleweight. Toussaint opens up with the, you know, doubling up on the jab. Staying active. You know what I'm saying? Conwell responds with a left right and a left uppercut. Now Toussaint is continuing to complain to the referee about the back of the head, and Conwell is standing right in front of you, bro. Like, what is going on with this dude complaining? What is going on with this? Why are you complaining about being hit in the back of the head? He's right in front of you. Long jab by Toussaint. It's nothing really on it though. It's just there to be, you know, it's to show his presence. That's it. There's really no zip to it. You know what I'm saying? He just popped that jab out there, Toussaint. Most of the jabs that Conwell put out there, they exclamation. Nice hard 1-2 by Conwell. Hard 1-2. Look at that defense, man. Toussaint tried to come back with a hard right hook, blocked. A minute 25 remaining. Conwell with the feints. I like the feints, man. He's staying active with the feints. I like that. Give him different looks. Get him anxious off those feints. Damn, what's coming? What's coming? See, when he's feinting, when Conwell's feinting like that, Toussaint's not punching too much. He's trying to find out what he can counter. Hard left to the body by Conwell. Fighters briefly clinch. Jab uppercut. Like that. Jab uppercut by Conwell. See one thing now. In the 5th round, Conwell is getting a reaction from Toussaint with those feints now. And when he's feinting like that, shit, Toussaint's hand is stationary. They're idle. It ain't too much going on. Shit, this is a walk away. This is a walk away right here. Motherfucking Conwell walking away with this fight, goddammit. Conwell 7 of 101 jabs, Toussaint 11 of 105. Total punches 37 of 178 to Toussaint's 43 of 195. So, you know, looking for the numbers, it seemed like it should be a close fight, but it's all about what the referees are looking at. It's not too much of a gap with the punch numbers. Not too much of a gap. We're headed to the 6th round, people, of a 10-round fight. Light middleweight, Wendy Toussaint and Charles Conwell. Both are undefeated. Very solid fight so far. And the 6th bell rings. Toussaint does what Toussaint is basically been actively opening up around with some touch jabs. Conwell comes in with a hard two-punch combination. Leading with the left-right, of course. Both fighters are orthodox fighters. Nice head movement. He's getting that reaction out of Toussaint, who's trying to counter. Right now, Toussaint, off all the feints that Conwell is doing, he's trying to wait for the counter. So that's why he keeps on putting that jab out there to kind of, make Conwell stop feint like that. Just long enough so he can land something. Like he just landed that right, that straight right. It was off the gloves, but that's what he wants. See how he just putting that touch jab out there? He's trying to find something, find an opening and land that right hand. Both fighters posturing at the time. Low punch count so far. Minute 35 remaining. Straight left by Conwell. Conwell closed the distance. They have Charles Conwell unofficially ahead on all in every round leading up to 1 through 5. Now we're in the 6th round. A lot of posturing going on from Toussaint, like, I don't know why he don't have a sense of urgency. Hey. A lot of posturing going on from Toussaint right now as Conwell closed the distance. He's landing single shots, though. Conwell. He might pop the right out there, or he might come in with a jab. Either way, all of them will still have a, high percentage of productivity in landing. It's not like he's just throwing them for no reason. Most of his shot accuracy is on point when he really want to get in close. Toussaint is, pretty much off the back foot right now. When Conwell really starts to move forward with those feints, Toussaint is off the back foot. What are you doing, bruh? Stick to the fight, Toussaint. You're getting distracted, man. Toussaint's been distracted, for real. That was a lot of posture in that round, but obviously, Conwell won that round. So, we headed to the 7th. 4 more rounds remaining in this fight. What y'all think about the fight so far? SB90 in the building. Yeah, Toussaint being too nice, man. One minute, he's complaining about hitting behind the head, and the next minute he want to touch gloves. You know what I'm saying? Like, he need to make this fight, grimy. You know what I'm saying? Physical. He's just going through the motions right now as a dance partner. But Conwell, he's doing the feints. He's giving different looks. He's not staying in the same position. When he decides to let his punches go, he definitely leads with that left. He was heavy on the jab early rounds. Now he can just hey, I can pick and choose where I want to land on this guy. We're in the 7th round right now. Toussaint, his best action is when the round starts. He will pop some jabs out there and then go into isolation and shit. Okay. Solid right left by Toussaint. Push Conwell off. See, one thing about Conwell, you land on him, he definitely get, a little bit more energy to him to close distance and land his own shots. He's all about returning that reimbursement, so to speak. Nice shots on the inside by Conwell. Hook to the body. Nice. Conwell active with the left uppercut. Step in jab. Nice. He tried to come across with. He tried to land that left cross, boy. It's not like Toussaint's a bad boxer. He's just doing. He's doing too much watching right now. Conwell's performing the way he should. He's in control of the fight, and he's still focused. Technically focused. He could be, just walking on the outside, chilling, and allowing himself to be, he said, okay, shit, I've been pressing you the whole fight. Come press me now because this is too easy. He could just sweep the outside and switch up the momentum. You see how he threw that shoulder in there? 3 punches down the pipe by Conwell, letting his hands go. Every time the bell rings, Toussaint want to touch gloves, man. He can't be lacking power with that frame. I know, man. He's fighting too close, bro. He don't want to get hit to the body. Like both fighters are choosing to fight on the inside like that. They don't look like they hurting for cardio. Both of them seem like they got pretty decent cardio. But Toussaint, he seemed like he don't want to take the lead on anything. He just want to wait for the counter. We're going into the 8th round right now. That shit is over with. It's time for you to start putting something together. Conwell is way, comfortably ahead in this fight, in my opinion. And technically, he's boxing beautifully and doing what he's supposed to with the head feints, staying off center, hands up. Now Toussaint want to come out like he's pressing. We're in the 8th round. Doubling up on the jab. Look at that head movement by Conwell. This is the 8th round now. Still with defense, putting the defense up there for him to take a look at. Say, nah. You see me, I'm gone. Both of those shots, that left right was off the front of the gloves of Conwell. Good defense. I like this defense though, man. Defense win fights too now. Toussaint, he's fighting comfortable. He don't have a sense of urgency. Conwell's boxing like he knows he has the momentum. He understands where he's at in the fight. He's trying to open up with some power shots as Conwell. He missed bad with that right cross. But he's making Toussaint miss with that right hook. Uppercut jab. Look how he slipped underneath that right hand of Toussaint. Slick. Very attentive. Very attentive, man. Defense win fights too now. They can't hit what they can't see. Yeah. Now Toussaint wanted to dance around with 20 seconds left in the 8th round. You know, you dancing around, but your hands ain't moving. You about to be 12-1, homie. Okay, straight left hand by Toussaint land. Head to the 9th round, people. SB90 say Toussaint happy to be there. Man, I agree. Somebody must have gave him that good chow in the bubble. They said Toussaint, we giving it, you know, most everybody just eating some cold, you know, some cold cuts and some chips, but we're gonna give you, you know, some salmon, baked potato, and give you some asparagus. And then, you know, whatever you choose to drink. He got a little bit too comfortable in the bubble, y'all. But technically, you know, the showcase is being the showcase is being dominated by Conwell. We're in round 9. You can just see both fighters could be more active in the fight. But, you know, for Conwell, you know, totally understanding he in control of the fight, period. He's going to keep it A1. There's no need for him to go ahead and try to knock the dude out. And he's comfortably ahead. I'm pretty sure his corner told him, hey, you're ahead in the fight. Stay smart. Stay smart. ShoBox, the new generation. Doubling up on the jab. Conwell, easy work. Look how he slipped underneath that left, man. Toussaint don't know he's outside range. Well, he let his hands go. Conwell let his hands go on the inside just then. Solid work. Look at that. Look at that foot movement. Stand in rhythm, man. Stand in rhythm. A minute 30 remaining in the 9th round. Toussaint is just being Toussaint. You know, he's moving side to side. You know, doing that Vasily Lomachenko, just letting his jab hand dangle out there. Really, no effect, no purpose. He's not trying to place it anywhere except to start the round. And you're not going to beat a fighter like Conwell like that. Conwell is in control. He's staying active with his jab. And when he's on the inside close, look at that step. Look how he step in with that left uppercut. When he has to, you know, increase the output, that's what he does, man. Very smart fight. Oh, right uppercut followed by a right hook. Nice. We see you. Oh, he knocked him down. Conwell gets the knockdown in the 9th, y'all. Nice combination, man. Delayed reaction, too. What'd I just say? Both fighters can turn up if they want to. He stayed down. Conwell gets to stop it, y'all. Damn, Conwell gets a stop and salute. Good fight, Charles. Good fight, man. Smart fight, man. Smart fight. Stop him in the 9th round. That's what I'm talking about. Conwell was a smarter fighter, man. He was a smarter fighter. Them punches may look like they wasn't, you know, having that effect, but shit. What y'all think about that? Those of you that's in the live chat, what you think about that stoppage? He not only takes Toussaint. Oh, look at this right uppercut. Ooh. Did y'all go back in the live and I say, no, when I say that right uppercut is going to pay dividends, I told y'all that right uppercut is going to pay dividends. Dude put his hand up. No mas, no mas. No mas, amigo. Look at that right uppercut. Ugh. Stupid. Just goddamn ignorant with the uppercut. Just ignorant. Bombastic. Mr. Bombastic. Look at that right uppercut. Ugh. It's just juvenile, that right uppercut. Just juvenile. Just a thuggish uppercut. Shout out Coach Roshan Jones, man. The whole team over there in Soul City Boxing, Toledo, Ohio. Getting the stoppage in the 9th round. You know what it is. There go Isaiah Steen right there, his half brother. That's what it is. Family all day. Every day. The total punch is 78 out of 347 for Conwell, 65 of 325 by Toussaint. But the story is defense, technical boxing. Stay focused to your technique. Stay disciplined. So Charles Conwell improves to 13 victories, 0 defeats, 10 knockouts. You know what I mean? USBA, super welterweight, light middleweight, whatever you want to call it. Stoppage is always great. Charles Bad News Conwell, stoppage in the 9th round. Proves his record of 13 victories, 0 defeats with 10 knockouts. You know what it is, people. Soul City Boxing, stand up. Toledo, Ohio. Came to the bubble, conquered. Now they about to head back and get back to cooking in the gym, man. Appreciate the interview. That Bad News. Look forward to speaking to you, getting this, post-fight reaction, man. Big win. What y'all think about that fight, man? Those of you in the live chat, talk to me. What you got? What you got? It's a good technical performance, man. Way to stay disciplined, and show the fight fans that you have that carryover in the late rounds. Your cardio's good. And you dangerous. In the late rounds, you dangerous. And this is one of those fights where, due to the pace of Toussaint, Conwell was able to shine a lot more, with putting his skill set on display for the fans, letting us see his technical ability, what he's been cooking in the gym. And he broke Toussaint down, man. He said, nah, I'm out, bro. I'm taking it to the showers, getting dressed. I'm out this bubble. That shit hurt. Go back in my live. Did I not say that right uppercut is going to be a problem later on in the fight? Because Toussaint was just standing there, man. Toussaint was standing. He wasn't moving his head off center. None of that shit, man. He was just there to be hit with that uppercut, man. Congrats. Charles Bad News Conwell improves his record of 13 victories, 0 defeats, and 10 knockouts. Great work. Soul City Boxing. You see it right there on the back. Soul City Boxing Gym. Toledo, Ohio. ShoBox in the building. Hey, for those of you that may have tuned in a little bit late, man, the first two fights went by first round stoppages. I mean, Williams was brutally stopped. I hope he's okay. You know, he was hugging Lee and stuff at the end of the fight. But I'm gonna tell you like this: if I got knocked out the way he did, you know, I'm not acting all goofy afterwards. You know, hugging the fighter like, damn, that's the best thing I felt in my life. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, shit. You know, let's take it to the house. You know what I'm saying? And give it up to Figueiredo. Figueiredo fought a damn good fight and stopped Fraz for the first time in his career. Dropped him for the first time and stopped him. But the one thing that separated Charles Conwell fight versus Wendy Toussaint from them is the levels of boxing, and obviously their technical ability is levels. So salute to him, you know, for an A1 performance tonight. And proving that defense does, you know, contribute to winning the fight much easier. It allows you not to take so much damn punishment. You know what I'm saying? Well, that went by pretty quick, but people, if you didn't check the calendars now, you know what's popping next weekend, right? You know what's going down next weekend, right? You know what it is, people. You know what it is, man. And the best thing about that fight is the fact that it's going down on regular TV. 17th, 2020, we have Teofimo Lopez, 15-0, y'all. 12 knockouts. He's stepping in there with Vasily Lomachenko, you know, one of the pound for pound best in the business. 14 victories, 1 defeat with 10 knockouts. This is for the marbles. Teofimo Lopez is currently the IBF lightweight champion, and Vasily Lomachenko is the WBA, the WBO, and of course the friendship green panty title holder. You know what I'm saying? So this would be for 3 titles. You know, the ones that freaking matter: the WBA, the IBF, and the WBO. And then, of course, also in the package deal is a franchise green panty title that will be offered to Teofimo Lopez if he indeed is the winner. And I'm going for Teofimo Lopez stoppage. I'm going for Teofimo Lopez to stop Vasily Lomachenko. I believe in potentially a 5th or 6th round, man. We'll see. I believe Teofimo can stop Vasily Lomachenko in 5 or 6 rounds. And you can come back over here, you know, live chat and let me know, you know, if it isn't that way. But I'm pretty content in saying I believe he can stop Vasily Lomachenko in that time frame. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I'm out, people. Appreciate you all for stopping through. Turn up and tune in to World Combat Sports. And, you know, subscribe, hit the like button. And once again, as always, appreciate your support.